Let's go back to the beginning for you. What was your first exposure to the game of hockey?
I remember sitting on my adopted mother's knee and looking out the dining room window at this ice rink. It was wintertime, and my dad had floodlights out there and nets and boards and the whole thing. And I just thought to myself, what are they doing out there? And I couldn't wait to go out there and join them. I had a rink in my backyard, my own playground.
So one of the changes from when you were growing up in our country to now is when you were playing hockey as a youngster, there weren't many black faces for you to see when you watched on Saturday nights.
Yeah.
Thanks to you, that's changed. But did that ever dissuade you at all from getting into the game of hockey?
I liked all sports. I played a ton of basketball. I love football, love baseball. We played everything, golf. But hockey was that one window of opportunity. My first time playing against another black hockey player was probably my third year in the NHL, Grant Fuhr and Ray Neufeld. Other than that, I hadn't seen another black hockey player that I played against my whole life. When I came along, obviously there were comments made, but I was so focused on what was happening on the ice alone. I just tried to shut everything else out.
And how did that make you feel when you heard it?
It just made me want to be better. I wanted to be the best. It was a driving force. I wanted to be as good as my brothers. I wanted to be the best hockey player from my hometown. And that's what my focus was, just trying to be the best.
So what did you hear? What were some of the comments?
Oh, everything. Not a lot from opposing players, but more so from fans that just couldn't handle the fact that the pure white sport was being dominated by a black kid, and that was me. I had the puck just like I did on my backyard rink. I had the puck all the time.
When you got to the league and you didn't see someone that looked like you in the locker room and often on the opposing team, was it a lonely existence for you?
No, not really. In Buffalo was very interesting because we hung around with the football players, the NFL guys. So there were a lot of black guys, and the Buffalo Braves were there. They left the basketball team. So there was a lot of black athletes in town, in Buffalo, and my teammates treated me like I was not any different than anybody. And that was the Buffalo Sabres, and I was never treated differently during that time.
Your appraisal of your career is one that you're happy with and lots of gratitude of how you were received. But there have been stories of players since who haven't had such a positive experience. Is that tough to reconcile with, given that you went through things, hoping that they wouldn't have to go through similar, even worse things?
Jarome Iginla gave me a very nice compliment when he said he felt he was at home in the schoolyard. Because he could say, hey, Tony McKegney's playing the NHL. He felt like he belonged on a hockey rink because I was out there. So that's the greatest compliments I've received.
Akeem hasn't had the same ability to bounce back from his difficult treatment in the game. When you saw his story unfold this year,
it brought up a lot of memories for me, and ugly memories, things that I went through in my time. And again, I always said that the game is tough enough as it is, just trying to survive and make it outside with not having that stuff on the sidelines. And it made me angry, made me sad. Brought back some ghosts and just nightmares, memories for me, which I hadn't thought about in a while, and I still struggle with that to this day. Sometimes with the trauma that I faced and went through. I'm sure it affected me. I tried to basically suppress a lot of those feelings back then, and I just buried a lot of things. But sometimes it comes back to haunt you.
How has it impacted you as you've moved on from the game?
The transition for me after playing for 15 years professionally was a hard transition, and I'm sure I've made some mistakes and would do some things differently. To do it all over again, but you get one kick of the can, as they say, in life. So, I suppressed a lot of things over the years. I didn't talk to many people about it. I probably should have, and I never did that.
Well, there are a lot of guys who've come after you, who are standing on your shoulders thanks to your contribution, and there's a lot of people who have got inspiration from your story, myself included. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, very good. Yeah, thank you, sir.